Hey everybody, and welcome to another RCT2 review. Today we're looking at a brand new release on New Element, and actually a first-time release from this user. This is Dreamland by Babar Tapie, and this is a recent Gold Award winner on New Element, and came out of nowhere. I don't think there was any advertisement on this map, or at least not that I recall. So all of a sudden we have a finished map, and it's actually a pretty darn good quality map. So let's jump in and take a look. So we'll start here at the entrance. This park is set in the Brittany region of France, and the idea is basically just a bunch of intellectual property themes from the builder's childhood. And there's all sorts of stuff in here from Disney to, I think there's some Cartoon Network in here, and just some various different stuff. So first thing we get here is this great entrance with all these curves. Love the floating kind of elements here, and then the circular holes here for the planters could come up out of the, or with the trees kind of sticking up out of the space. I like these kind of curved walls here, sort of abstract art going on. Different pavers is pretty nice. Holds the ticket booths here, and then underneath of this kind of big windy structure here is our actual entrance. Out here we do have a nice little parking area. I love this little sign here, which I think is quite nice. Little billboard. And then on this side, just an entrance as well. Looks like some couple of food stalls outside the park. Just some other nice little details as far as that goes. We pop into the park, and the first thing we get to is looks like Monsters Incorporated here. A little stage show that we have the peeps standing here watching. And we're coming into more or less the Disney area, I guess, right off the bat. So we've got a Buzz Lightyear looking right here. This is Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast, a launched freefall tower. Some nice little alien guy sculpts here, rocket ship here. Just lots of great little details. And what you'll see in this map, more than anything else, is the amount of just really cool sculptural stuff. So as we go back here, we have our Toy Story area, and look at the Slinky Dog. This is fantastic with the little slinky elements here coming up and underneath this track here. So our RC racer track, we have the train track up here. Here's Ham, and just all sorts of great little details. I love the Lego bricks here. Inside we have a simulator here, so this is Toy Story Andy's room. And there's Monsters Inc. over on this side, so we've got kind of half and half. So I love the scare tubes here, the canisters, and just the facade detailing is very cool on the whole thing. And then here we have, this is Dory's Magical World, so little Finding Nemo teacups with the jellyfish hanging down on this kind of armature up above the ride. Really cool detail, really neat design. I love that underneath Slinky here is an actual food service area. So we have little menus in the queue up to the space. Very cool, very clever idea. If only this coaster was actually working like a shuttle coaster, that would be pretty cool. But we continue along here. We cross the little kind of canal, I guess, going on, and we enter the sort of, I guess, living seas type thing. So this is Nemo. This is Nemo SeaWorld. So we have the pretty nice sculpt here of Crush. Again, more poster type art, and this sort of sea base type space. We have here a Splash Boats ride. Not a whole lot going on with it, and actually this is unfortunately the one part that I feel like is a little bit let down in this park is the ride design. It is lacking at best, I would say. And there's a lot I think that could be done here, which is a shame because I feel like it holds up what is otherwise some really excellent work. So hopefully if they do another go around with another park, we can see some improved layouts and some better rides and things like that as well. Across the way here, we're into France with Gusteau's and the Ratatouille ride. So this is Ratatouille Chez Gusteau. So just a pretty simple interior dark ride here. And then let's go in this direction here. We'll go left as we come through. and we get to the next area here. So this is the Incredibles. I think this is meant to be Syndrome here on the side, and um, all the different characters really well done and well created. I love the use of the clocks here for the eyes. A little bit freaky, but clever use of that. And then two, we have the train tracks up above, really nicely done, and then all the couple of food areas here, the sub shop done with the quarter tile pieces and the drink stand as well. And then we have this this other restaurant here on this side. All right, so we continue across and we get to our little train ride here, and then continue over to this section. So this is a couple of different things. So first we have the Rick and Morty section here, or even just a couple of rides. Some of these aren't even full sections; they're just a couple one-off rides. But anyway, this coaster is Rick and Morty themed. So we have our first kind of major attraction here. So station, a little lift hill, little drop here into this trench, and then we'll pick it up here on the lift hill. Once this one clears the blocks down this way. But we'll move this guy along here in just a second. Here we go. So start out with this vertical drop. A couple climbs here, a couple little airtime bits. We've got a Cobra roll. There's a 0G roll here, a helix, and then coming into the brakes. So, like I said, not the best as far as ride design goes. This is a little simplified. I think could probably use a little bit of work or some more integration with theming, perhaps. But I do like the way that kind of this early bit integrates pretty well into the overall space. And I love this kind of space that you walk underneath here. So this kind of crumbling highway that you're going over top of, and then the sort of alien ships and the kind of laser guns and things like that. It's pretty cool. On this side, we got the Ninja Turtles ride. So here's the Ninja Turtle sculpt, as we're getting used to here. The nice big pizza pie for the gift shop, or not the gift shop, this restaurant. So I love this. So pizza box, pizza lid opened up, and the lid creates the covering for the eatery. This kind of stuff is super clever, and really some definite takeaways that I think a lot of us can learn for how to integrate theming into the usage of space. So this is one of my favorite things on the map, actually. Inside here, we just have a simulator ride, so this is the Ninja Turtles ride. A shame, because this facade is super cool, and the building is pretty big. It would be great to see like a proper dark ride in there or something, but outside the park in this corner, we've got a little play area, a little picnic grove, very nice, and then some information here, and you can watch the coaster cruise by. This is a cool overhead, like tensile structure awning too. That's kind of nicely done. All right, let's continue across this way. So we have a scrambler ride in here. This is Get Swifty, another Rick and Morty themed thing coming across. I do love this little diorama of the town. We'll see some more of those here a little later on as we go along. So on this one, Happy Tree Friends, which that goes way back to the early YouTube days, I feel like, or it wasn't even YouTube, was it? But anyway, the wooden coaster. Not a whole lot going on here, although this one I think is probably the best of the coasters. I like the way that this turn here is nestled into the other turn. We've got this kind of a spiraling first drop, shallow climb, steep drop, and then kind of a bunch of left-hand turns here into this sort of, I guess, almost cyclone type element, and then a right-hand turn here and back over into the brakes. So this little nestled spot is pretty cool. I do like how that turned out. But seeing the characters here and the big chainsaw here is pretty clever, and a pretty neat way to put all that together. As we continue across, so we get to our next couple areas here. So this is the Raging Rabbids. So we have the carrots here as we get into this whole space, little carrot patch kind of sunken down in the middle. And then there's this shuttle coaster, which is a pretty unique coaster here. We have this little kind of trench with this desert area, cool crossing option here with the mini golf track or walkway, and then this kind of glass that you can look down into the valley. It's pretty cool. And then our little like TV portal thing going on here that launches back through. So an interesting take on a dark ride for not a dark ride necessarily, a just a themed coaster. An interesting way to do that. So pretty cool. And then this neat little corkscrew coming across here, and just the way that all these facades blend together. So this gets into the Simpsons area over here, which we'll see in a minute, but it's all just one big facade as it comes along. So we'll continue over on this side, and we've got another little village here, and here we roll into South Park. So have all the characters as well down here on this little plaza, I suppose. And in here we've got South Park Imagination Land. And so pretty big show set, or building at least, a relatively small ride itself. I don't actually know if there is anything inside. I don't recall having looked. So let's check it out. Nope, sadly nothing inside, but I think that's reasonable to say. But pretty cool stuff here. Love this castle. Love the operating mode here of the bus, so it kind of vibrates here like it's going. And what I just love all these little dioramas throughout the whole thing. So there's this whole backdrop. There's this with the hamburger here, and the looks like chopsticks and a bowl of rice. Just lots of pretty cool ideas. And then on this side, we have the Ghostbusters ride. So there's the firehouse and a number of the other facades from the movies, and then the ride itself in here, another ghost train type ride. So lots of indoor rides, definitely the kind of Disney type approach, which I do appreciate. A little show set here as well. And then we'll cross over into the next area. So this is the Asterix Express. So this is the Asterix comics. So this is definitely a French themed thing, which I do love the Asterix comics. So a little village here, another little diorama of a village in the middle. Pretty simple log flume here. Would love to see like this wrap around the space or do a little more integration there. Would be pretty cool. But regardless, a nice kind of fort in this kind of small space before we go towards other stuff. We're going to take a jump back over to this side as we come along. And we hit the Simpsons area here, which this is Krusty Land simulator here. So this is the Krusty Coaster. And a little eatery in here. Turn it around, you can kind of see some of the other bits and pieces. So this is Krusty Burger. I turn it right so you can see it. And then we'll continue on and see, I guess I skipped over this facade here. It's almost hard to keep track of just how many different things are here. I've never really seen this much stuff shoved into a small space like this. So this is Adventure Time Treehouse. So the ride itself. So here's our treehouse. Loving this queue that goes kind of up and around the space. So through the ride itself, looking down into the ride path as it comes around. Here's Jake the dog, and coming in through the cake here, and then the ride itself. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but pretty darn cool. And then our Finn the Human right here on our main sign. And then we get to the SpongeBob area with the semi-terrifying SpongeBob here, but so cool. This is really cool. And just all the different elements here. We've got the pineapple. Here's Patrick's Rock. Here's Squidward's Easter Island head and the Krusty Krab. Love the just the facade elements on here. So inside you can see the couple of stalls that we've got. That's Angry Birds on that side. So we kind of wrap around on this. So half the facade is SpongeBob. Half the side over here is Angry Birds. So you have the three different kind of main birds there. Frog Hopper for that one. We get back onto the water side over here. So here's Gary, which is kind of a neat little element here. And then the big diving board and kind of covered area here for the pool itself. Wrapping around to the ship here. Here's a cool little Nyan Cat poster on the wall. Clever little thing. And then ride-wise back here we have Mario World. So quick little Game Boy cutout here. Some of the level scenes on the side and the castle, and then an arcade cabinet here on the front side. So kind of amazing what you can do with some quarter tiles and just some trim detailing. Some really nice stuff. Here's a little Tetris area. Don't miss that one. The Pokeball in the water. Here's the plant. So lots and lots of stuff. Over here we've got our Dragon Ball Z. So this is the Dragon Ball coaster. Kind of a neat little shuttle as well. I like this kind of cable bit that comes across the top of it. Kind of almost looks like it's going to be a complete thing, but it's not. And they did do the rotations, which is nice and appreciated. Looks like maybe some Mega Man in there. And then over on this side, as we continue to go around, don't miss the Dragon Ball Z character here. And then on the front here, you can see the hands out for the Kamehameha wave, and then as we move across to this side, we get into our kind of Ghibli area here. So here's No Face, here's some Spirited Away stuff. We have Chihiro the bathhouse, so Spirited Away themed maze inside. Really love the different facade elements on this one. Just such a variety in a pretty small space. A little bit of back of house over here as well. This is a hefty building for just a little maze. That would be cool to see that filled up even more. And then we continue along on the back side here, and we have the Beep Beep Roadrunner little coaster. The mine train coaster here. Pretty straightforward. Kind of an oval layout with a number of turns here, and then heading back over to the station. If we spin around, we can see the facades here with the Roadrunner, of course, all the TNT, all the sort of southwestern rockwork type theming. Love the roadway here with the kind of fake clouds in the back and everything like that. And our whole kind of western facade here. So this is Lucky Luke and all of this. It's kind of amazing, and I know I've already said it a couple times, just how much stuff is shoved into such a small area. Really love the burger themed restaurant right here. A lot of good stuff for those sorts of details. Then here's Casa Bonita, so we'll get another South Park thing going on. And then on this side, we've got Coco, so jump back to Disney, I guess, on the front side here. So this is the Dia de los Muertos ride. Their dark ride coming out of this mansion facade. Some of the more questionable scenic items, I suppose, but used pretty well, I would say. I'm kind of mixed in there. We've got the Speedy Gonzales swing ride right here with this little Spanish fort. And then on the stage show here, we have Harry Potter. Oh, totally different IP. I actually really love this stage set with the castle, with the Quidditch pitch right over here, the Hogwarts Express coming around, and just all the different colors and facades and things like that represented with smaller pieces. Like these trees are fun with the circular pieces just kind of stacked up, and then this sort of 2D cloud wall on the backside. But you can spin around and see the stands with all the different house flags at each of the locations. Pretty neat as far as that goes. And then up here we have Jaws. We're getting our Universal themes in on this side. Water coaster, which this may be one of the better ones, I would say. So we've got the lift hill up and out of the actual Jaws mouth, which I think is fantastic. The queue comes in through there. So kind of neat that you see the queue and then you come out through it. Here we have our first encounter with Jaws over here. And then there's some things going wrong here, a lot of blood, a little concerning. And then the little water coaster section up here before the splashdown into the building on this side. So pretty cool to see all that. And then our little New England style buildings throughout the whole space. I think we've come full circle now, and I'm actually going to zoom out and look around again just to make sure we haven't missed anything. because it's super dense. I love how each of these different facade buildings have like 100 different kind of themes, and you turn the building 4 ways and there's 4 different themes on it. We did miss this little diorama of Springfield from The Simpsons, with the power plant and Moe's Tavern and all the other fun stuff. Here's the actual Moe's Tavern right here. So this is next to the Krusty coaster simulator. Really, I think as you look over this whole thing, the major complaint that I would have is coaster design, just ride design in general. Would be lovely to see these coasters more integrated into the space, a little smoother. Would love to see that. Would love to see the dark rides a little more established and maybe even themed inside. I don't think that's a requirement by any means, but just a little bit longer, a little bit more integrated, perhaps into the space. But I think what stands out as far as this park goes is all of these just absolutely fabulous diorama pieces. So whether it's these kind of wall murals on this side, whether it's the standalone bits and pieces, it's all very recognizable without having a whole lot of clickable stuff. Even a lot of the facade pieces, like our Slinky Dog coaster here for the RC Racers, doesn't have a name, but you still know what it is just by clicking on it. So it's pretty impressive to me that all of these things were done in a way that's super readable and kind of super recognizable, and just really, really clean as far as that goes, despite this being like totally chaotic. Now we missed this when we turned around here. We have the house from Up. For some reason, there's Big Bird up here and this little farmhouse. I'm guessing this might be Al's Toy Barn. But yeah, I mean, just all these little things that's just one rotation that we missed, and it's a whole little diorama here that we almost didn't see. So chances are now, because of that, there's things here that we missed, things we didn't necessarily look at. So I will put the download in the description below so you can check it out for yourself and see what all there is in here. Definitely a little chaotic, definitely lacking in cohesion in some spots, but I think it's more than made up for by just ideas and content and things like that. So well deserving of the gold, in my opinion. I was one of the high votes for this park, so full disclosure there, but I thought it was definitely worth it, despite the rides. So definitely check this out, take a look for yourself, and see what all there is to see. And I'm sure that the builder would appreciate the comment also, if you want to leave one if you liked it. So that's it for today. Until next time, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.